be moving this PC to my brother's room because I'll be using my laptop. And since I'll be using my laptop, I don't use this PC anymore. Why this video would be interesting is because, as you can see here, this PC is actually not connected to the monitor, keyboard and mouse, whatever appliances I'm using with it, whatever output device. This CPU is not actually connected to this computer. Actually, whatever parts I'm using in this CPU is arranged here, as you can see here. Since I was using this PC in this desk, I thought that why should I keep it all in this big chunky box? I thought that I should keep all the parts that was inside this box under my desk so that it would only consume less space and it would look more elegant. So now since I'm moving this back to my brother's room, I have to put all these parts that I have kept here back into this box and I have to make it back to the way it was earlier. So I thought that I would make this video and will tell you guys how to construct a PC or how to make a PC on your own by showing how to arrange back everything that is here. So let's go. So first let us shut down this computer and then let's unplug this computer. Okay, so now let's pull this desk a bit forward. First let us disconnect these wires because so it will be easy for us to remove these parts. पहले इस चीज को हटा कर ये टूट गया था, मम्मी मुझे मारेगी। और फिर टूटने वाला सामान है ना मॉनिटर यार, मॉनिटर को ऐसे हटाओ, मॉनिटर सारे चीज यहाँ से हटाना। So here is the CPU. This is the CPU. Main, not the CPU, but it's the motherboard. Main part of this computer. Let's keep this safely here. This is the hard disk of this computer. So this is where all the files, the operating system, everything is stored in this thing. So if you lose this thing or if you accidentally destroy this thing, you lose everything. And this is the wire that connects the hard drive to the PC, to the motherboard. And then the most important part of this PC, the second most important part. This is the PSU or power supply unit. This is the part of the PC which supplies power to different parts of the motherboard. Like this wire connects to the motherboard which supplies power to the motherboard. Then this other wire supplies power to the hard disk or the CD drive if you connect that. And if you connect GPU, then it will also provide power to the GPU. So this is the power supply unit. This is just another wire. This is the wire to connect from the main power supply source to the PC. Now the main task remains, or the task that you have been waiting for this long. That is arranging these parts into this big box that I have not used for more than, I guess, 2-3 months, right? Now I will try to keep all these parts separately on this table and will show you what all those parts are. The main important parts of a computer. So let's see. So I have arranged all the parts, all the important parts of a PC on this table right now. So as you can see here, these are the parts that I have used in my PC. So this is the PSU or power supply unit. So this is the motherboard of this PC, and there are different types of motherboards. So this is the 8KX one. So when you are buying a motherboard, the thing that you have to be careful about is you have to see what are the CPUs that it supports. So if you want a 10th gen Intel CPU or a Ryzen 5000 series CPU, then you have to see what is the CPU that the motherboard supports. So you have to buy according to that. And now the next important thing that you can see here, this is the main thing of a PC. As you can see, this is the most important part of this PC, and this is called the CPU or Central Processing Unit. The CPU that I have is a Pentium processor, and I'm not remembering it's the third gen Pentium processor. And since this PC is not used for any power hungry task, so this works fine. And the next is this hard drive. This hard drive, as you all know, everybody has seen a hard drive. This is the most important part of the PC. Another most important part of a PC. And your operating system, your games, movies, photos, everything is stored in here. So this is another important part. Without this, you cannot do anything because you cannot store anything. This is the hard drive. This is the cooling fan which cools the CPU. And there are different types of cooling fans again. There's also water cooled species, but this is just a simple cooling fan. And then another part of this computer, the RAMs. So these are the RAMs of this computer, and this is a 4 GB RAM stick. Like this is 2 GB and this is 2 GB, so together it becomes 4 GB, and it's a DDR3. So it's a DDR3 RAM, and this is an old tech, but it works fine with this PC. And the basic concept of building a PC is still the same. So this is the RAM that is used with this PC. And now there's also another part, there's also another hardware that most of the people nowadays use with their PC, and that is the GPU. But I don't have a GPU, and I don't use a GPU with my computer, so I don't have the GPU here. But if there was a GPU, then it would look like something like a big, as you can see, you have seen in the internet a lot. It looks something like this. So now the most important part of this video. Let's assemble all these parts to the computer. And yeah, as you can see here, it is written computer screws. Actually, when I removed all the parts from this CPU case, there were a lot of screws, so I decided like where to keep it. And then I thought I just make an envelope and then write computer screws in here and just put it in here. So in here there's all the screws that I used, that I have removed while removing the parts from this PC case. So now let's open it up and just arrange it back. The first thing we need to do is lay it down. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to assemble this motherboard. Before placing this motherboard inside the CPU case, we have to put in the CPU and the RAM, which are directly placed in this motherboard. So let's do that. So here is the CPU. Now one important thing to note is that while putting the CPU, or if you are putting the CPU inside the CPU holder, always make sure to be careful, because this CPU, there are small pins in here which are really delicate. So if you accidentally bend those pins, even if you accidentally bend one of those pins, then this computer is not gonna work. So you have to be very careful while putting this CPU into this motherboard. Now you might be wondering which side, or how to decide like how to put this CPU into this holder, because you can also put like this, you can also put like this, or put like this. So actually there are small markings in here. There is small cutout marking in here, and these cutout markings match or align with the socket in here. You have to see that cutout, and you have to see that cutout in this socket in the motherboard, and you have to just carefully, you shouldn't press it down or be harsh with it. Just have to carefully place it there and just see whether it is moving or not. And if it is not moving, then that means it has been placed correctly. Now you just need to close this lid on top like this. Now it's time for RAM. So here is the RAM, and let's place the RAM. And you can see that there is already a cutout in here. You have to match the cutout in this RAM with the cutout or the layout that is given in this motherboard. You have to place it accordingly. So as you can see, yeah. Okay, and then you have to close these two caps like this. There will be a click sound. So as you can see, yeah, now that RAM is correctly placed. Now it's time for the second RAM. Okay, so we have fixed the RAM and the CPU in this motherboard. So now let's place this motherboard into this PC case. So we have to place it here, and as you can see here, these are the IO ports. These are the IO ports, and we have to match those IO ports with the IO ports in here. Okay, so we have to correctly place it here. So now when you tighten up the screws, it will automatically match with these layouts. So we have now screwed in this motherboard into this case. Now the next thing to connect is this PSU or power supply unit. So in this PC case, this PSU is connected at the top, and there might be other cases where this PSU is connected in the bottom or in any other place. So you can see yourself that where the PSU is connected in your case. Let's bring in some screws. So we have connected this PSU here. Now it's time for connecting this fan. So let's connect this fan here. Okay, this fan is connected successfully. Now there's one thing that you should know, that before connecting this fan, if you are a power user or if your PC is brand new, then you have to apply the thermal paste. It's a thermal paste. There's one thing called thermal paste that you can buy from the shop or online, and you have to apply the thermal paste on top of the CPU, and then you have to place this fan on top of the CPU so that it has an effective cooling mechanism. But in here, this is an old PC and this doesn't need that much cooling for the task that I do or my brother does on this PC. So that's why I haven't applied thermal paste here. So now we have connected the fan. Now this is the cable of this fan, and then in every CPU there's always written somewhere that it is a CPU fan or this is the pin connecting the CPU fan. Yes, that's okay. Okay, it has been correctly placed. Let's connect this hard disk to the hard disk rack. So the hard disk is placed in here. Now we have to attach this hard disk to this mount from the other side also. For that I have to lift up this PC. First let me just remove this hard disk from here so that you don't damage it accidentally. And let's remove the other side of this PC. Let me put it here. So we have connected the hard disk into this case. So now let's connect these wires from the PSU to the motherboard and hard disk. Okay. So this small wire goes in here. Here is this main wire. This is the main wire, and this connects here, which powers this motherboard, RAM, fan, etc. Now we need to power this hard disk because this hard disk also needs power source. So let's connect this another wire to the hard disk. So that has also been connected. So motherboard This is for the fan. This is the hard disk. And now there are some inbuilt wires in this PC, such as this wire. So here you can see all these labels that is written. So this is the reset pin. So this is the reset. As you can see here, these are the buttons. This is the start button. This is the reset button, and that is what you can see here. This is the reset switch. This is the cable from the reset switch, and then this is the power switch, and this is the power LED, and this is the hard disk is working LED. Okay, so all these pins are connected at the bottom right of this motherboard, and in your motherboard also, if you are using different motherboard, then there it will be mentioned how these cables are connected. And it's really small. It's written really small near the motherboard. First let us connect this power cable as it is written here. Okay, connected like this. Okay, and then below that you have to connect the reset pin. So we have to connect the reset pin behind the power pin. Okay, and then we have to connect this LED. Now let's connect this hard drive cable here, and then this power LED. Actually we cannot connect this power LED cable here because there is a gap in here, so we will leave that here. It's not necessary also. Okay, so now we have connected the basic parts of this PC. Okay, so now we have connected the power switches, which is here in this CPU, in this what you call it, case, CPU case, to the motherboard. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is we have to connect the hard disk to the motherboard. Okay, so this is the data cable. So right now we have connected the power cable to the hard disk. Now you have to connect this data cable from the hard disk to this computer so that it can read the data from the hard disk. Alright, we have connected the SATA port here, and this is the SATA port that has been connected to the hard drive. So finally we have arranged this PC and we have made all the necessary connections in this PC. And there is also one more thing that I need to say. Like I told you that there might be a chance that you might be using a GPU, but I am not using a GPU. But in case if you are using a GPU, then this is the place where you can connect the GPU. So this is called the PCIe Express lane, and here you can connect the GPU or any other accessories, but mostly people connect GPU. So since I don't have GPU, I have nothing connected here. So the next thing that is left is to test this thing out. Let's see if this PC works or not. So guys, the PC has turned on. Even though I don't know if it is working or not because I haven't connected the monitor to see what it is showing. So let's connect the monitor. Let's turn it off. Now let's connect the monitor and let's just check whether it is working or not. Keyboard, mouse, monitor, all the basic things that is required to operate a PC. Now let's do the ultimate test and see whether our PC is working or not. Let's turn on the switch. Pressing the power button. Okay, so it has turned on. Oh, I forgot one thing. I have to connect the monitor to the main power source. close this easy, close this case and move it to my brother's room. Our completely fixed, the complete fixed up PC is ready. Now you just gotta move this thing to my brother's room and arrange it on the computer desk, computer stand. So let's go. So finally we have connected it up and let's see if the computer turns on. Hope for the best. So finally it is working without any problem. Period. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like the video, give it a like and share it with your friend and subscribe for more upcoming videos. And also do check out these other videos that you can see here and here. And if you have anything to say about this video, you can feel free to comment it down below, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.